Hi beauties, welcome back, or welcome if it's your first time. I'm always happy to have you. I'm gonna update my stash. You probably recognize this look if you watched my last video. It was my last get ready with me. Some miracle has happened and I actually have time to film 2 videos today. So I'm kind of limited on time right now, but I have enough time to where I think I can sneak in a quick updated stash video, okay? So stick around, give me a like, subscribe, all those things, you know what to do. I just had kind of an early dinner, so I hope I don't have anything in my teeth. Let's just get into it. Let's just start off with eyeshadow palettes. I only had 2 in rotation this time. I had my KKW Beauty Camo palette. I used this several times. I probably only took 1 or 2 pictures of it. My son dug his finger into this shade today, my favorite shade, but I have really enjoyed this palette. Like I mentioned in a video I filmed with this, I've never had a KKW palette before. I think it performed really well. The mattes kind of blew me away. They were super easy to blend, just easy to create looks. I mean, neutral, all neutrals, obviously. The shimmers are pretty. They're not like, I mean, they're not the most, you know, impactful shimmers I've ever used, but that's not really Kim K's vibe. So I wasn't expecting that from this palette, but there's a couple of them. They still are very pretty on the eyes, but I really liked this. I liked this kind of more than I was anticipating liking it. I also had in my Pawlena palette, I used this twice, I think. I did film with this. If you've never seen it, that's what it looks like. This is just such a fun palette. This was her collab with Blush Tribe. As you know, Blush Tribe is no longer in existence. You cannot get this palette anymore. Well, you might be able to find it on some obscure website, but it's not for sale anymore on Blush Tribe. But I really like this palette. I mean, it's definitely not a palette that like makes its way into regular rotation in my collection, just because these colors they're just not what I reach for. But again, the mattes in this palette were really easy to use. I used a purple, I used 2 of the greens. I've pretty much used all these shades before. I'm just talking like recently in my Get Ready With Me. The shimmers are beautiful. This purple shimmer, the deep purple shimmer, I used this in my video. This is probably the best. I'm trying to think. That's a pretty bold claim, but it's probably like the best true like violet purple shimmer that I have. It's gorgeous. And you know how I feel about purple eyeshadow and brown eyes. It's just different. So that's all I had for eyeshadow palettes. If I remembered to take pictures of things, I will obviously insert them. I just continue to be really bad at that. Sorry. My Lms Superfood Primer, I love this stuff so much, you guys. It smells fantastic. I love the way it smells. It just smells very like botanical and fresh. It has a lovely glow. It's moisturizing. I mean, everything it says it does. A priming moisturizer for glowing skin. Pretty much it, but it's beautiful. I really like it. My Essence Pretty Natural Hydrating Foundation, I used this a couple times, and like I mentioned in my last Shop My Stash, this is not my shade. Okay, this looked different online to me, but this is the shade right here. It's very, very warm. So I have some of that, you know, those LA Girl, like the blue drops that they have that help to kind of like neutralize foundations. I did find that adding a couple of those drops helped with that. It did neutralize that shade a little bit, made it a little bit more wearable. But I really liked this. I mean, it's not like, it wasn't the most, I didn't feel like it was the most long wearing. Now, one of the days I wore this, I was wearing a mask for a pretty long time, so that I think factors into the overall wear of your makeup, but I liked it. Nothing really bad to say about it. I mean, I don't know that I felt like it looked natural on my skin necessarily, but it has, I mean, I thought it had a good like medium coverage. I didn't try to build it up or anything. It didn't feel heavy on my skin or anything like that. Just kind of a nice, I don't know if I've ever tried an Essence like base product before. I don't think I've tried an Essence foundation, so I don't know. I liked it. I want to keep using it. I don't know that it's going to become like a staple, but I also had in my Colourpop Pretty Fresh. This I do love. It is one of my favorite foundations. It's definitely like a full coverage. I'm wearing it today. It's not a look that I always like, but I do love the way that it looks. And then I had in my L'Oreal True Match Nude. Okay, so upon using this more and seeing more people use it, this apparently is made to be like, it's not really meant to be a primer. I think that this is in fact made to be like a complexion product. I think that you are supposed to wear this like as a foundation, which I can do. The shade 3 to 4 works for me as a foundation. It's really, really lovely. Like, just worn on its own, it's very sheer. It just kind of like evens out your skin tone. It gives you a very like, I almost felt like it blurred my skin a little bit. I don't have any idea if that's a claim that it's supposed to do. Instant radiance with a nude skin effect. It does give you some radiance. I felt like it kind of blurred me a little bit, but I really enjoy this product. I've used it for several weeks now though, so I am gonna put it back and do something different this go round for a primer, even though it's not a primer, so scratch that. Other products, I used my Fenty powder in butter. I love this stuff. I just love it. It's so good. And I don't think I am ever going to finish this. I mean, I am maybe like, you probably can't even tell. You probably can't see through I am maybe like a third of the way through this. And I've had it for what, a year? I've had it for close to a year. I feel like I've used it a lot, but I didn't pull this in last rotation, but I kept my Pat McGrath Skin Fetish Sublime Perfection Setting Powder. This has been in, and I actually think I'm going to keep that in because I'm loving using that powder all over my face. I also had, for bronzers, I had my Milk Makeup bronzer, which I really enjoyed using. I mean, this, I can see why a lot of people really like this. It's lovely. I love the tone of it. It blends well. I also had in the Ulta Beauty, this is a powder bronzer in tan. You know I love this stuff. Smells wonderful. It smells coconutty. It's just a nice like drugstore bronzer option. It's got almost like a reddish tone to it. Love it. I layered those together most of the time. Had my Becca Champagne Pop highlighter. Okay, so I don't want to turn this all the way because they're falling out. Let's just get them out of there. But okay, so this is repressed. I had this in here to kind of figure out what I wanted to do with it because I've had it for so long and I just don't find myself reaching for it. And while it is beautiful. It really is. Why did I just swatch that right there? You can hopefully see it right there. But while it is beautiful, I just don't know if it's something that I need to keep in my collection. Like it was pretty, but I don't know that I'm gonna be like thrilled to use it again. I don't think that I'm gonna like miss it being in here and want to grab for it, you know? So I don't know. I was kind of looking at my makeup collection this past weekend, and I feel like there are a lot of things that I'm kind of on the fence about. Like, I don't know if I should keep it. I don't know if I should declutter it. There's a lot of shit that I just haven't even used yet. I haven't even used. So I don't know. I might do a video on that, like makeup I haven't used, or like makeup on the chopping block. Kind of like do I don't know if I have enough for like a full face of that kind of stuff, but I don't know. I might just want to like talk about that, kind of tell you my thoughts on some of this stuff, show you some of the stuff that I haven't used. Let me know if that would be interesting. I have my Melt blush. I used this several times. So in the pan, this honestly doesn't look interesting, at least in my opinion. But once it's actually on your cheeks, I feel like it is so beautiful. Like, it's buildable. You can really, really make that as pigmented as you want. I really, really enjoyed using that. I almost don't want to put it back. It was so pretty. Now this, my new Nude sticks. This is Poppy. Oh, dang. Well, there's Poppy Girl. I think I must have had it too close to the lid there. My bad. Anyway, this is Poppy Girl. I think I only used this once, but look at what a beautiful shade that is. And just like all my other Nude Sticks products, it's so user-friendly. It just is. It's so easy to blend out. It's almost like, even a color like that seems a little bit intimidating, like you really can, you can sheer it out. It doesn't have to be so bold if you don't want it to, but it was lovely. Really, really nice. I wish I would have used it more. I don't know why I didn't. I just kind of favored the Honey Thief a little bit more. It's a little bit more like natural of a color, which I opted for a little bit more. And I'm trying to think, the only other thing that I had was, I've been using the Essence False Lashes, the Extreme Volume and Curl like crazy. I love just about any Essence mascara that I have ever tried. And then lippies, I had two of the Flower Beauty Perfect Pouts, and then my Revlon, what is this? Brazilian Tan, the Super Lustrous lipsticks. I used all of these. I know I swatched them in my last video, but I'm trying to remember when I wore Orchid. I think I wore Orchid just with like I did like a gold. I think it was when I used the gold shadow from the KKW palette. But there's them, there's the Revlon, and then these two are that one and that one are the Flower Beauty. So super pretty, love all those lipsticks. Let's grab some more stuff. All right, back in my stash, let's pick some stuff out here. I'm trying to think of what concealer I have. Oh, I have my Neutrogena in my stash. This is a new concealer I got, the Flower Light Illusion. I think I'm gonna pull this in, but if you watched my last Get Ready With Me, you know that this is not my shade. I don't know how often I'll be reaching for this, but let's pull it in. I like it so far. Primers, I just kind of want like a nice, I'm always in the mood for a glowy primer. Let's do this. Let's do my Milani Bright Side. I really like that stuff. foundation. Let's do this. I want to use my new Clinique Even Better. And do I want something less? Well, you know what? Let's just do that. Let's do that for now. I want to stick with that. I really do want to give that a thorough using. And let's pull in my Pat McGrath. You know I love that. Complexion. Okay. Bronzers. What do I want to do? I think I'm going to pull in my Patrick Ta. I've been thinking about this a lot. I've only used it a few times, and I don't feel like I've kind of given it a fair shake as of yet. So let's do that. I do have a cream and a powder in there. I just got a couple new Flower Beauty blush bombs. I got Cheeky and I got Spiced, I think is what it's called. Spiced, yeah. Let's use both of those. I do want to have just a, do I want to have a powder option? I don't know if I do. You know what, I'm gonna pull this in too. This is brand new. It's a new one of their flower pots. I have Warm Hibiscus. Let's just pull that in. If I want to use it as a blush topper or just kind of set those other blushes, I'll do that. Highlighters, this is new, but I hate it, so I'm not using that. What do I want to use for highlight? You know what? I think I'm going to use this because my Amrezy and ABH, because honestly, this is probably one of the oldest highlighters in my collection, and I just don't know that I'm like in love with it anymore. I've tried so many other things. So let's I kind of want to give it like a last hurrah and see really how I feel about it, if it needs to stay in my collection or not. Okay, let's do those. And then palettes. Okay, so I kind of have an idea of what I want to do. I definitely want to pull this in. This is the new Flower Beauty Desert Lights, but I also have gotten some other like smaller palettes, either quads or quints. This is from DJ's Unique Boutique. If you don't follow Peachy D here on YouTube, you really should. She is beautiful. She's so creative. She's just lovely. This is one of her new quads. Shit, and I'm sorry, D, I forgot the name of this one, but look at these shades. Ugh, this is like perfect for fall too, but I want to get some use out of these because those look lovely. And then I also got, hang on, let me find them. Okay, here they are. I got some of the Catrice 5 in a box mini eyeshadow palettes. I actually got the other one too. It was like a rosy color, but every one of my orders from ultabeauty.com comes just fucking smashed. Like, I cannot believe actually that these were intact. So I don't know that I'll use all of these. I know this is a lot of eyeshadow to pull in, but I just kind of want to, I don't know, I'm hoping I get to use these. So I have modern smoky look, I have golden nude look, and warm spice look. So I'm gonna pull those in. I have heard really good things about those, so that gives me like five palettes to try here. I kind of want to pull in a face palette just because I don't feel like I'm getting use out of them. I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna stick with what I have, really focus on that stuff. Lips, I never know what the hell I want to do with my lips, you guys. This is like the worst part. Let's just do some lipsticks, some actual lipsticks here. Just a couple. I really don't want a ton of options. I don't want to have to think. I don't want to have to make choices. Let's do, I want to do this. Oh, shit. This is a Nars lipstick that I have had forever. I think it's one of their Audacious. Yeah. I have the shade Anna, which is like this really pretty, I've used the crap out of that, it's so old. Let's do that, and I don't know, what else do I want to do? Do I want something from up here? I don't know. Let's just pull in a gloss. This is a Luxe gloss from the Raw Beauty Christie collab. This is Wildflower. Let's just do that. I don't feel like making any more decisions, okay? So, this is everything I'm going to be focusing on. I'm reaching the allotted amount of time I have. I've got to get back to work, so I'm not going to have a video of me putting everything in my little, whatever the hell this thing is here, whatever you would call this, my little container. So I apologize, but I hope you guys enjoyed watching. Again, give me a like, click the subscribe button. I hope to see you next time, beauties. Take care.